Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Love Island Games Season 2, Episode 12.
I am very interested in this episode because I did not watch this episode with my wife. So I have no idea what she is going to say. But if you had the whiteboards, Blair, what would yours say?
I would say Tyreek only thought of step 1, not step 2.
Okay.
The aftermath.
Tyreek only thought of step 1, not step 2.
Yes.
And my sign will say it was unfortunate, but it needed to be done. And I think we all know what we're talking about, or at least y'all should know who we're talking about in this case. I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. We're so close to 10,000. Let's keep going. Also, just to give y'all a little promo, we will be doing Love is Blind. Now, I will say this. You know, Love Island come on every night, so do not expect a Love is Blind review Wednesday night. Dude, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, give us time to watch it so we can give you a great review. You ready, Blair?
I'm ready.
Walk us through it, please.
Sydney is overwhelmed and crying.
Okay.
She feels like she should have saved Marvin because America doesn't know him, and if he goes home, she will feel terrible. The girls go to console her, and Justine is saying that the guys are running the game, manipulating everything, and we are moving like we have no say. Gabby says, I'm not going anywhere near Tyreek, and Justine says he was trying to get me to open up, then he pulls this.
Here's the thing about it. If you felt so emotional about saving Marvin, why didn't you save Marvin then?
Yeah.
Like I don't give me the crocodile tears. Say what it really is. If let's say some outside influence made you save Marvin, then say that. But my whole thing is save the tears. But I do agree with Justine. The guys are running the game.
For real.
They are running the villa and things of that nature. I agree 100%.
So the guys are talking, and Tyreek says that he has to do serious damage control with Justine. She did him dirty the day before. It's 1-1-1 in his head, and he stood on principle. They say that Johnny and Gabby look like a nuke, like they're a unit. They over here, Superman, Superwoman.
Yeah.
And they do look like a powerful couple together.
Yeah, I will say this though, Tyreek, he loved keeping score, don't he?
He sure do.
He kept score with Andreina and things of that nature. Now he's talking about 1-1 with Justine. Here's the thing about it, Tyreek, you didn't plan for Johnny to open the package too.
Right.
You thought you was going to be the only guy, but at the end of the day, it made sense for Johnny to open the package, but it didn't make sense for you to open the package this early. But now it looks like they stuck with each other and they got to figure it out, Yeah,
at this point, I was thinking to myself, so Tyreek must really have a lot of confidence in himself.
He do.
To think that if he stood up against any guy to open that box, that she would choose him. I mean, I really don't think he anticipated having to sit back on the vulnerable side, even though Sydney did end up saving him.
Yeah.
Even the fact that she ended up saving him, it makes him look crazy in the eyes of the girls. I mean, Gabby said pretty much, I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Wow.
And Justine is looking at him like, okay, he tried to make me fall for him and open up. So he was clearly conniving. And with the guys, I mean, I think the guys that are friends with Tyreek pretty much just knows how he can be, and Johnny ain't a step above really. But I think that when it comes to the other guys, like they're watching how you move as well. And it is kind of dumb that you are with the pretty much reigning champ and you decide to go for a gift box. So all around, it just doesn't make sense. And Tyreek, I really don't think he anticipated how things would be if he was to have to stay in a couple with Justine and continue to work this thing out.
I know,
I'm
right?
just like, you just look crazy. So we get to Johnny and Gabby. It's been hard for him to connect with Andreina, and she's not the greatest with the games.
Okay.
He finds Gabby beautiful. She is a personal trainer. She does come from a dance background, and he tells her that he's locked in, not trying to lose. Gabby's there to win as well, and she finds him sexy.
Okay, well, I think it's fair for both of us to say, Blair, that he probably can't do worse than Andreina. So as I said in the last review, that this was a calculated risk. This was a risk that wasn't a risk. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we are trying to win the $250,000.
Oh, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So Andreina never saw it as a game to win the money. She wanted to meet someone, and she thought it was Johnny. She feels stupid because he has done this so many times to so many girls, dropping women. Andrea tells her not to feel stupid. He played you. Moving forward, you just need to focus on what's in front of you. But Andreina didn't expect Johnny to make her vulnerable when they were already safe. And I think that's another layer to add to it, because you were safe. Like, you could have waited. Like, it didn't have to be right now, right this second. However, with the way Love Island Games goes, if there's another competition or another situation, like, things come and happen very quickly within the game. So if there's an opportunity to kind of remove the dead weight, sorry, Andreina, I don't fault him for doing that. But was he foul for doing it? Yeah. But it's the game. I don't know what to say, you know?
Yeah, and it's not many times to where I can make someone unsafe while I'm safe.
Right.
Many times than not, if we're in a couple, if you're safe, I'm safe. If you're unsafe, I'm unsafe. So the fact that he secured his safety, and he can be like, I'm just going to unbuckle your parachute just a little bit, you know what I mean? And just let you fly. Yeah. You know what I mean? Andreina, me and you had a up and down type of relationship. I've been on your back from episode 1 because I saw you on your back while getting dragged around by Lucinda. Yeah. And then while you kind of proved to me that you are a competitor, or at least you're not the worst competitor, I wanted to support you and things of that nature. Blair is still like, you know what, Andreina, you're not in the game enough. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm hearing it out your mouth again that you talking about you did not come to Love Island Games for the prize. Yeah. Okay. So if my partner have suggested to me that they're not here for the prize, and she's saying it out her mouth out loud that she's not here for the prize, then maybe we're not good to be partnered together, because I'm here for the prize. Right. And on top of that, like, Andreina, don't try to make it seem like, and I understand that Johnny is a villain. Johnny wasn't honest and things like that. But don't make it seem like Johnny had to do a lot to basically deceive you. You was happy to see Johnny. You kissed him the minute you saw him. Y'all had a connection and things like that outside the villa. So don't try to make it seem like he had to persuade you to fall for his empty nothings. You was ready to fall for his empty nothings the minute that you saw him. So, you know what? That's just to give him a little bail out of jail. But at the same time, Andreina, this is Love Island Games. This is not here. This is not a show only to connect romantically.
Yeah. So we get to Casey and Nicola. He's talking about how he, won All-Stars with Gabby. We learned that she's 23, he's 28, and she thinks that they'll be a good team.
I'm going to tell you what Casey going to do. He going to dump you the minute he get an opportunity to.
Yeah, he is.
100% he's going to dump you.
There's no chemistry there. And also, I don't think he knows if Nicola will be good when it comes to challenges, but I feel like he doesn't even want to build a friendship with her. I feel like he's just like, she was the only one that was there, and it kind of sucks, actually. Yeah. Like, I think that he seemed a little disappointed.
But at the same time, you gotta understand, everybody coming into the show is not strong competitors, right? I don't see Casey as a strong competitor. He's just there to be a stumbling block for somebody else, right? So that's why I'm like, I guess. But at the end of the day, the only chance that Casey have to win, he have to attach himself to someone who's a strong competitor. Other than that, they both go home soon. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
We get to Lucinda and Isaiah, and she is telling him that she wants to be supportive of the ladies, but Justine was talking about how the guys are running the show, and she feels like, Tyreek, Toby, and Isaiah have been her closest friends here, and the boys have shown her loyalty. Ooh. Now, the reason this is an issue is because, Lucinda, why are you running to tell Isaiah what the girl said? I get that he's in your couple, but you also have to realize what just happened. Yep. Andreina was just played. Justine was just played. It was a lot going on tonight. Yeah. Okay. So I think that everybody is fair to vent or say whatever they want to say in the moment, and for it to be left in that ladies' room. And then it's funny, she never said Kendall's name of the closest guys. No. But that's his best friend. I'm just like, yeah. Anyway.
But that was intentional. Yeah. Here's the thing about it. There's nothing more disgusting than a pick-me type of person. Right. And Lucinda's a pick-me type of person. She is over here, and I'm not even trying to tell her to be a girl's girl, but at the same time, if Justine or if more than one person is saying the guys are running the villa, I think it would benefit you to at least listen and to prepare yourself. Because at the end of the day, like, your couple with Isaiah is not going to save you, but I think she thinks that it's going to save her because she's like, guess what? Guys like me, and as long as I get to be a pick me, I get to be saved by the guys. And I'm just like, now I see why Kendall like you, because you kind of give off that
y'all the same.
Yeah, like you kind of give off that phony fake. You straight will blend in with whatever group you with. We don't really know who you are. So it's like this turned me off completely because I'm like, at the end of the day, Lucinda, you never won this show before.
And the thing is, too, Isaiah is vulnerable. He's over here trying to console you, and he's saying, I could be going home. Give me a hug type of thing.
But Isaiah always want hugs, though. He wanted a hug from Nicole last time, too.
Yeah, it don't cost nothing to give the boy a hug.
Hug yourself, man. You always need some consoling, okay?
So we get to Tyreek and Justine. He apologizes for hurting her, but it all comes down to trust. Justine laughs because she should have known better.
Yeah, she should.
He doesn't think that it's a laughing matter. She thinks that they knew each other a little bit better by the time that he made his decision to leave her high and dry. Okay. And he says, by one day? He apologizes for how he made her feel because it didn't feel good when it was done to him. And she says, okay, you got me back. Tyreek says, we're still in a couple and we want the same thing, but she has zero trust in him. He tells her feelings are valid, but they still have a job to do. But Justine doesn't know how they can build trust from here.
Don't build trust.
Absolutely not.
Like,
do not trust that man.
But the thing about it is, don't trust him. Use him as competition, because I don't think you will get a better competitor than Tyreek right now at the moment.
Right.
And hope that at the end of the games, if you win again, Justine, you get the envelope to keep or share the money.
Yeah.
And then if you win, keep the money. Like that's the only way that you could go about it. I think it's too late in the show right now to start like ditching the ship that you with. Tyreek, now granted, this is not Justine's fault. This is Tyreek's fault for making their relationship whatever it is.
Rocky,
you get all rocky and things of that nature. And now he needs her as much as he saw it as, you know what, I don't care who was in the box, I straight was going to go for it. He didn't think about the whole, Johnny want to open up the box too, and that's automatically a no for me. And then on top of that, what if at the end of the day I'm back with this girl? So he, to your point, he only thought about step one, and step one was just getting back at Justine, but not the whole, step two, I got to make up with her.
Yeah.
And be a teammate to her. So it's like, this is the bed he made, and he had to lay down in it. He had to lie down in it.
Yeah. And I think the thing is, if he would have done it and pretty much been in the vein, like, I want to just try to see if I could couple up with somebody else and maybe see if there can be something there, or if maybe it could be somebody more competitive I could work with. If you would have spun it like that, I think that would have made a difference, instead of making it crystal clear that you were trying to get back at her.
Yeah.
And also trying to make her feel all lovey-dovey and all this type of stuff towards you, intentionally. So I'm just like, if you would have stayed with her and not try to do this big plan that he was telling Toby about, and you wanted to try and get with somebody else, that's fine. But that's the thing. The whole point was that he wanted to hurt Justine. Yeah. And he ended up looking the fool by himself. Mm-hmm. We get to Gabby and Kendall. Kendall says, let's lock in and not have other people's opinions sway things when it comes between us. Interesting you say that, Kendall. Mm-hmm. Gabby agrees, and they are going to pray America has their back.
I don't think Blair has their back, because you don't have Kendall back.
No.
Not even a little bit?
No.
You don't have his backside?
No. Kendall is a snake.
Okay.
He's a snake. He's a liar. All the things. He stands for nothing.
Okay.
So we move to Sydney and Marvin. Sydney apologizes to Marvin. She had to base it off of, basically, if her best friend was standing there, she would want her partner to pick her best friend. Yeah. And Marvin appreciates that she even considered him. Okay. So we get to bedtime. Sydney tells Toby that she'd rather they talk tomorrow. She's not really trying to hash things out right now. Yeah. They're not having issues, but essentially she cried enough today. Yeah. Justine says that she played herself because she should have known better.
No, that's factual, actual, Justine. You're not new to this. You're true to this, and you are last year's champion. So, last season's champion rather. So you getting played by Tyreek out of all people. Like, about Johnny. So what? So Tyreek was supposed to be like an honest guy? No, they are the same. They are the same side of the coin.
Two sides of the same coin.
I can never get that saying right.
I got it for you.
I need to stop saying
taboo.
Okay. No, we're not good at taboo. Okay.
So it's the first time Gabby and Casey have seen each other after breaking up. Mm-hmm. They're cool, no issues, no bad blood.
Yeah.
Johnny tells Lucinda and Gabby that there was just no spark with Andreina because they're not feeling him right now, but he's telling them there was no spark.
Okay.
And Gabby said, you could have fooled me because you definitely was kissing and rubbing up on that girl all the time.
Of course.
So the next day, Andreina is deciding to wear a revenge bikini. And boy, was it a revenge bikini. She looked amazing.
Okay.
Tyreek brings Justine breakfast. They do a little half hug.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny brings breakfast to Andreina and Gabby. But Andreina decides to walk down with the plate in hand, revenge bikini on. And the boys are complimenting her. And she makes herself some pancakes.
What are your thoughts on this scene?
I mean, I was cool with it. I feel like she had to take back her power in some type of way. And I was just happy she wasn't sitting up crying and having, a day where she just going to wear her shades and sit in a corner all day.
Yeah.
So if this was what she needed to do to kind of like boost herself up and get her confidence and to show him, that's fine. But at the end of the day, like, it's not going to make Johnny want you as a teammate. It's not going to make him want to take you seriously.
Exactly.
It just makes him want your body, which is what he's already wanted and might have already had, allegedly.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, you're just kind of showing him the things that he likes, but he still doesn't like your mind. He still doesn't like your lack of competitiveness. So yeah.
Well, show me your mind.
But I think she looks great. She's beautiful.
Show me your mind. You showing me your revenge bikini.
Yeah.
I find it very interesting that a lot of the accusations of Andreina's relationship is like, people say I'm very surface and like they only like me for my body and things like that. Well, that's what you decide to like show and things like that. And like a way to take back your power and things of that nature is to put on the most skinniest bikini and basically parade around to make Johnny feel like he's missing out on something.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, no, I know you completely.
Yeah.
And like I'm not missing out on anything. And I just found it very interesting that like at the end of the day, right, Johnny knew he couldn't make it to the finals with you, but throughout the time he put that hickey on you.
I did see that.
Oh, no, it's pretty big. You know what I mean? He put that hickey on you. He marked you. You know what I mean? And now in some way you are trying to show him what he lost and things of that nature. I would say, hey, lock in. Maybe be in the corner doing some push-ups.
Yeah.
Be in the gym lifting some weights.
Train this morning.
You know what I mean? Maybe have a pep talk with Josh and get psyched up and things like that. I did like the fact that she did bring back, his pancakes that he brought to her and just put it down and make her own pancakes. That's a power move.
Yeah.
More than the whole bikini thing. But like Blair said, you look all right. You look cool.
Yeah. More than all right. So we get to Sydney and Toby. She saved his bestie. He thanks her for that. Toby said that he has a rocky relationship with Casey. On the season they were together, they got into a lot of arguments, and he doesn't know if Casey's going to hold a grudge.
Okay.
Andreina and Marvin were talking when Johnny pulls her for a chat. He says to Andreina that he was focused on her 100%. He brought his concerns to her attention, but she did feel blindsided. They had a conversation. She said that she would work on it and do better with her communication and being a little bit deeper, but not even a day later, he jumped ship for someone who was in a box.
Yeah. That's true.
Johnny said that he thinks that she'll be fine for America's vote. He's like, I've been a gentleman to you. So, I mean, you really can't say that I haven't been kind to you. And Andreina said, you messed things up for me, Tyreek, and Marvin. You made me vulnerable.
Yeah.
Johnny tells her that she's taking it too personal and she wanted to get to know him and, she wouldn't have switched up on him in this type of way.
Yeah.
And he tells her she's forgetting it's a game, and she eventually tells him to F off or something like that. And Andreina says, he's the guy that everyone says that he is. So he walks away and tells her good luck.
Yeah. But you knew this, Andreina.
She didn't. She thought, and that's the thing. Everybody's special in their own way.
Oh, whoa.
Right?
Where are you going with this? I ain't special. Okay. Go ahead.
Everybody is special in their own way, but you are not special to everybody. And just because Johnny is treating you like you're special in the moment, it doesn't make you any more special than any of the other ladies that he was with. So I think that when Justine was giving Andreina little tidbits of just like, hey, he acts this way with all the girls and all this different type of stuff, I feel like Andreina felt like, but I'm special. Look at me. Yes, look at you. But at the same time, he may not actually consider you that special compared to what he's actually here for. And I think that's where she kind of got tricked up because yes, she knew him on the outside. She probably felt safe and comfortable as a familiar face, but it's like she's forgetting that she's on games and that there's more to it than just a love connection. And I'm going to be honest with Andreina as well. I think that she was just also not realizing that this might not be a love connection. This might be a lust connection. And I don't know if she's quite picking up on that either, because he essentially called her slow. So,
no.
Yeah.
That's basically what he called her everything except her name. You realize that Johnny sounded like me trying to say her name. I finally learned how to say her name now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the Andreina.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But Johnny he called her Andrea. He called it everything but her name. And then on top of that, I understand that, she said, look at me, I'm hot. Of course you guys want me. But I say look at you, but not in the same tone of how she's saying it.
Okay.
She's saying look at me, and I'm saying, yeah, look at you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's only a certain amount of distance that we could go with just looks in a gaming competition, right? And my thing is, Johnny has given her, and I understand that it's easy to pile on Johnny because at the end of the day, I do not think that at the end of the day, if she was everything that Johnny wanted, that he wouldn't have played her at the end anyway. Right? So I'm not saying this as in Andreina should have just changed just for Johnny, but if he tells you what he's into and what he really wants to hear, game plan strategy, and you're like, no, Johnny, you're Superman, then expect Superman to fly away. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I think to your point, Blair, he saw the forest for the trees. My thing still stands in my opinion of, I don't think she's the worst competitor on the show. Right? I think she's good enough to where he didn't have to do her the way he did, in a sense of making her unsafe when they were safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one thing.
That's the added layer.
But my thing is, this is the only opportunity to this point to where I can be safe and make you unsafe. So it's kind of like, hey, I think this was the conversation, or maybe it's a later conversation, where he kind of was talking about himself, like, you know what, just prove it to me and prove it to yourself, to where to where you can basically come back to me. And the wording of that is so wrong, but I understand the essence of it. To where it's like, okay,
fight for something.
Exactly. Don't fight for me, even though Johnny should change the wording. But I think he's just trying to say, like, okay, I'm tired of you complaining. Like at the end of the day, you gotta go for it. This is a game show, and yes, I made you unsafe. But at the end of the day, you crying to me about it, complaining to me about it, ain't gonna do anything. You got a match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we get to Tyreek and Justine. She's feeling better today.
Yeah.
Her mind is really only focused on whether she's staying or leaving. Beyond that, she's not thinking about nothing.
Facts.
Tyreek wants them to move on as quick as they can. And she said, what, you got your look back and now you're not going to, move crazy anymore. He doesn't want to do this game with anyone else or couple up with anyone else. Because he can't.
No, he can't.
And Justine knows that he's saying what he needs to say because he still needs her. So they're talking about, he's like, well, how can I be with you and all this type of stuff. So he tries to wrap his arm around her and she's like, we can talk, but there's really no need for all that touching.
That's fair.
And yeah, Tyreek is being weird. Like, maybe that's the only tool he has in his toolbox of a smile and rubbing up on a girl.
Maybe.
Because I'm just like, do you really think that's going to fix the situation? Like, you intentionally try to play her out. And I'm actually thankful he did it sooner rather than later, before she actually started to really get to like him. Because, she was already peeping that it was weird, but she was allowing herself to fall. And I'm glad that got cut short,
Yeah. And Justine, if you would have fell for Tyreek, that would have been 100% your fault.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's part of the reason why she's frustrated too, is because she knows better.
Yeah.
So we get to Andreina and Gabby. Andreina is telling Gabby that she does have anything against her. It's towards Johnny, and she warns Gabby about how Johnny can be. And Gabby's like, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to expect Johnny to put all his eggs in my basket. And if he ends up wanting to drop me, I'll drop him too.
Why?
I'm just like, why
are y'all calling Andreina stupid to her face like that?
But Gabby was saying that she's not stupid.
But
I know that I hope Andreina, unless she really is, I hope she did pick up on that and realize that I need to start thinking differently, because people think I'm stupid on this thing.
Justine basically called her stupid. You got Gabby over here calling her stupid. Johnny kind of called us stupid and things like that. And her response to that was, I'm going to find a revenge bikini. Girl, you better win tonight. You get what I'm saying? That's how you get your revenge on basically giving that. Listen here, I know we made fun of Josh for giving that speech very early, but she need to give one of those I'm not here to F around speech and show up in a competition. Yeah. So
Gabby and Kendall talk. He's glad that they're doing the game together. She's worried about being vulnerable, but he tells her to focus on their journey. They end up kissing.
Okay.
Like I don't know, like y'all trying to make this a love story or something. I don't believe it. Like I'm not buying it.
They're in a couple, Blair. Like you have to believe in Kendall.
That is crazy to put those words together. That is wild.
Okay.
So we get to Casey and Gabby. Casey says that Nicole is cool. They agree that she seems like she could be a good competitor.
Okay.
Casey asks, okay, but how are like your chats with Johnny? And Gabby said he's sexy. All the girls are warning her that he drops girls. And she said, but she could do the same thing if she wants to. They're both here to win. So that's what she's focusing on.
Okay, nice.
So they get a text. They gather around the fire pit. And the 2 guys and 2 girls with the fewest votes will duel for their place in the villa. The losers will leave the villa.
Wow.
So the 2 girls competing are Gabby and Andreina.
Ooh.
So Andrea and Justine are safe.
I was like, oh my goodness, hopefully it's not Justine competing.
Yeah.
But listen, I don't see it, but America likes Andrea.
And I wasn't mad at this. And the reason I wasn't is because I think that Andrea has been pleasant to watch. I think that she's, her personality's been good.
Pleasant?
I think that she has been a pretty good competitor. And she's been, I think, interesting as far as the game goes. Like, she's not somebody who's just here just hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I think for Andreina, I do think that we should start getting some of the weak links out and to compete. So I'm fine with her competing. With Gabby, I would have either voted Justine or Gabby as the favorite girl, but most likely landed on Justine because I really wanted Justine to stay. But with Gabby, I was okay with her competing. I was okay with it. I was okay.
I thought it was gonna be Gabby and Andrea. I understand that the word pleasant is an interesting choice of words because I think Andrea been basic, and I think we're giving her extra credit for just being a basic person on the show. Like she's cool. Like we seen her go up against KK and win, but other than that, there's nothing that we can really say that points out Andrea in a competition or even like outside of competitions. Her and Josh just kiss each other, or she's in another couple for like a day or two. So that's why I'm like, Andrea, I thought at least the drama of keeping Andreina in the show because of Johnny would have been more interesting, and keeping Justine in because she's the champion. So I just thought like by Gabby because she's attached to Kendall, and Andrea, I ain't think a lot of people like Josh in that way. So I really thought it was gonna be Andrea and Gabby. Maybe I should have voted.
Yeah. So the guys who are competing are Marvin and Kendall.
Yes.
And I was cool with that. Josh and Isaiah are safe. I did feel like I wish that people would have voted for Marvin, but at the same time, he just got here. People don't really know him.
We don't know you.
So I'm actually okay with that. And I was very, very, very okay with Kendall having to compete.
And I had no problem with Marvin being put up because at the end of the day, I was like, I really don't know what this guy's voice sound like. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what? It's time for you to go anyway.
So this is where Johnny and Andreina talk.
Yes.
He doesn't want her to go home like this. He's telling her, you have size, you have strength on Gabby, like you can, actually win here possibly.
Yeah.
She's frustrated because he put her in this situation. He tells her, you can look at it as an opportunity to fight and get me back.
Here's the thing about it, right? A lot of people can look at this and be like, how dare Johnny try to give her some type of advice when he's the reason that she's vulnerable in the first place? You can look at it that way because that's actual.
Yeah.
And I could 100% see it from Andreina's point of view of, you know what, I'm only here because of you, as she's trying to relay a message. But you knew this the night before. You knew this all day today, right? We don't need to have a conversation about why I'm here, you betrayed me, F you, and things like that. Because Johnny even said, look, if you win it and you want to come back and just say F you, that's fine. And she was like, well, F you.
Yeah.
See, you're focused on everything but the games part. You're about to duel right now. You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you need to make it back to the villa, Not for Johnny, but just for your pride.
Lock in.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say, Johnny does sound like an absolute butthole. Like, he did put this girl in this position.
Yes.
Into where he didn't have to because he was safe. But he wanted to, unlatch the buckle.
Listen
the parachute.
Here. Like, oh, let me fix your parachute.
He said, I got an opportunity to free myself, and I'm going to free myself. And look, that's part of the game. I'm not going to be mad at him for that, but I also don't really appreciate the fact that he's talking about he's been a gentleman and you can work to get back to me and all this different type of stuff. Just say the game is the game. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to hype yourself up in the middle of the conversation talking about if you think I'm a terrible person, whatever. And she's like, you are a terrible person. Well, then be the terrible person for the moment.
Well, I think he's speaking her language, and I think she only understands like love and war. So basically, he's like, well, come back for me because she's here for a relationship, not for the money.
Yeah.
So it's like, maybe she got more revenge bikini. So maybe he's trying to hype her up in some way, like come back and stick it to me if you want to do that. But she's just so caught up in the moment, and she have every right to be because she was safe and she contributed to them being safe.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So for him to just throw her out to the wolves, it's a gameplay.
So Ariana arrives. Each person will wear 2 tags.
Yeah.
To win a round, you tear 1 tag off your opponent's belt and hold it in the air. The twist is you'll both be blindfolded and wearing bells. Best out of 5, first to win 3 rounds wins the duel.
Okay, let's go first round.
So we get round 1. Gabby wins.
Okay.
And I will say this. Andreina looks scared.
She did.
Gabby, I felt like she's shorter, closer to the ground. Andreina's hips, where they were positioned, seemed like right within like Gabby's grabbing range.
Yeah.
So I felt like just by positioning alone, I felt like Gabby kind of had a leg up on it. But Andreina, it seemed like she was more focused on backing away than going in for the grab.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Scared money don't make no money.
Yeah.
I feel like because she had the size, your foot is bigger. You should have. I would have went charging, blindfolded, because at the end of the day, I would have thought that the person's going to backpedal first. So I would have just automatically went forward
and just ran into
or try to at least get them moving, because when they move, their bell ring.
Right.
So at that point, once I grab you, where you going? Give me this. You know what I mean? Like so that's what I would have thought, but. In this one, I thought Andreina was going to get swept again because how she started off too scared. You get what I'm saying?
Round 2, Gabby wins.
Yeah, I was like, bye, Andreina.
Lucinda tells Andreina that when you hear Gabby circling around, just go in for it. Andreina does have long arms, though, and I thought that she was in a good position to grab in this round.
Yeah.
So we get to round 3, Andreina wins.
Nice fight.
Round 4, Andreina wins.
Nice fight.
Round 5 was so close.
Yeah.
They both grabbed it, put it in the air. Gabby was a millisecond quicker, and Gabby won the duel. But Andreina, I will say, like, she put in the effort on this one.
Did she change your perception of her with this duel right here?
No.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, unfortunately not. And I think that's mostly because like she started out so hesitant. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's great that she ended up going in and winning. But I'm just like you got to do that from the start.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like how do I say it? She just doesn't have the mentality for competition. You know what I'm saying? Like Gabby was in there ready, grabbing, you know what I'm saying? Like ready to get down, and Andreina was like backpedaling. And I'm just like, girl, like your limbs are long, like use your body to your advantage. But that's where I say I don't think she know how to use her body for real.
She's just not competitive.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And did it change my perception of her? I think the answer for me is no. But she don't leave out of the hit. She gets my respect just a little bit that she fought back, right?
I'm glad she did.
But at the end of the day, Johnny's proven right. With this competition right here, he's proven right. And I think Johnny only looks bad because he's the only one playing the game right now. Nobody else is really playing the game. Everybody else trying to serve their alliance in like some way. Josh is over here in love with Andrea and things like that. Justine is tripping over a banana that she sees and still slipping on it with Tyreek and things like that.
Facts.
So Johnny's the only one that is solely here for the money, and it may look like dirty play when he's the only one playing the game. At the end of the day, Gabby's the winner and Johnny's the winner. You get what I'm saying? Johnny won in the whole sense of, you know what? This was a situation to where, guess what? I made her unsafe, and by me making her unsafe, I got her out the villa.
Yeah.
Unlike Tyreek.
You got to continue to live and work with this person.
And you need her.
Yeah.
So Johnny's like, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. So we get to the guys. Round 1, Kendall wins.
You was cheering for Kendall.
I was cheering for Marvin.
Okay.
Round 2, Marvin wins.
Yes.
Round 3, Kendall wins.
Uh-oh.
And round 4, Marvin wins.
Uh-oh.
So we get to round 5, final round. Kendall won. So Marvin is going home.
Now stop right here. What did I tell you? I tell y'all the time to get Kendall out is now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like Kendall has shown himself that he only, the less games that he plays when it comes to him being eliminated or not, he can win by chance. And I think he only won this by chance. So that's why I'm like, if y'all want him out, y'all gonna have to get Gabby out too. I know a lot of us are fans of Gabby, but I'm willing to. I'm willing to get her out.
Yeah.
I'm willing to get her out, and I'm trying to find a way to get Lucinda out too.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
So Marvin is feeling betrayed by Johnny.
What?
Because Johnny stepped forward after he was safe, and he feels like Johnny didn't need to do that, and it messed up his chances as far as getting chosen or being safe that night. And Andreina feels the same way.
Yeah.
Johnny is standing on his decision, no regrets.
What is the host name again?
Ariana.
Say it again for me.
Ariana.
Ariana went over there and basically asked him, hey, Johnny, do you have anything to say, basically? And I would have been like, losers can't talk to me. You feel betrayed by me?
Yeah.
You had a chance to win and you lost.
Yeah.
You're a loser, Marvin. Get out my face. Andreina, you already know how I feel about you. Okay? Like, so that's why I'm like, to give the losers a stage to basically vent on how they feel while Johnny is sitting safe on the bench and things like that. I know one thing for sure and two things for certain. If Johnny and Marvin was in the ring together, guess what, Marvin, you would have lost again. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, don't let the losers talk. And when I'm talking to losers, I'm mainly talking about Marvin of trying to blame your game on like another man's decision. You should have used your the time you had to make some alliances in the villa and things of that nature.
Talk to more girls.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, Marvin, go home, have a safe flight. You know what I mean?
I will say with Marvin, yes, with the domino effect, it did affect him in that way, but I did think it was kind of weak for him to put it out there that he felt betrayed. You don't know Johnny.
Exactly. and guess what? I don't owe you anything. Your boy. I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, y'all don't owe each other anything. I'm not here to think about 5 steps ahead of, is it going to affect
Marvin
game? Like that? No, that's way down the line.
Yeah.
So Johnny and Andreina end up having a conversation before they leave, and he tells her, "If you still have feelings for me, I'm not dead. I wasn't playing games with you. I was here playing a game." She's crying. He apologizes. They hug, and pretty much he's trying to secure the booty for when he gets up out of here. He's like, look, we still cool. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't think he even got to try, to be honest. I think, like, at the end of the day...
Yeah, that was barely trying.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I don't think... to get the booty, I don't think he tried. And to secure it, I don't think he have to try to do it. Like, at the end of the day, I'm sorry. I was honest. It was a game. You know, I see you when I come out, you know? Yeah. And if I come out as a winner, let's see how easy or let's see if you still don't want to talk to me. I think Andreina, when it comes down to it, this just wasn't the show for her. And Andrea actually put she put the exclamation point on it for me when they said something about we would miss your front, and that's when Andrea was like, we would miss your back too, talking about her body. And I was like, well, Andreina, that's what they really respect you for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? In some type of objectifying way. You get what I'm saying? They didn't respect you as a competitor. They respected you as eye candy to look at and things like that. And guess what? Eye candy will not win this show. Yep. You got to compete. Anything else?
That's all I got.
I need you to subscribe, like, share, comment, all the above. Just to go over again, we will be reviewing Love is Blind. If you do not see a show or a review Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, that does not mean we're not doing it. That just means we probably still doing Love Island for y'all. But we will definitely do it, and we will definitely get the batches of episodes out before the next batch come out. Yeah. Y'all just wait up, all right? Y'all be good.
Bye.